Here at the 2017 NFL Scouting Combine, I'm Amie Wells, joined by NFL analyst Daniel Jeremiah. Daniel, let's talk about Jon Robinson and his first year as a general manager of the Tennessee Titans. How would you evaluate that year?
Well, I think John's done a great job. You know, he's somebody that I've known for a long time, had a good relationship with, so I'm not really surprised at the success that he had, but I thought he wanted to establish an identity, and you do that with your first pick in Jack Conklin, that we're going to be a smart, tough, physical football team. Those are the type of players, you know, team first, those are the kind of guys we want to add into the mix, and you look at what he did throughout that draft. I mean, they really supplemented this team with a lot of tough guys, and that's the way they played in the fall.
What does Jon and his personnel group have to do in year two to maintain that success and keep it going?
Well, I think explosive is the word this year. Let's find some explosive playmakers for your young quarterback. You've done a nice job of protecting him with an offensive line. You've given him a run game. Now let's give him some dynamic weapons on the outside. And then the secondary, I think, is an area they address on the defensive side of the ball. And when you look at this draft, loaded corner and safety, maybe the deepest of those groups I've seen in quite some time. So he's going to have a chance to fill those needs.
Give me an evaluation of that wide receiver group. Who's really standing out to you so far?
Well, you know, the top two guys didn't run here in Indianapolis. So you look at Corey Davis, to me, from Western Michigan, Mike Williams, who did a nice job in the field workout from Clemson but didn't run a 40. Both those guys, I think, are number one receivers. I think they're first-round guys. John Ross is my third receiver. All he did was break the 40 record out here at 4.22, so he'd give you a real dynamic, explosive weapon on the outside. And then after that, you look in rounds 2 and 3. I mean, a guy like Chris Godwin from Penn State really helped himself. Cooper Kupp didn't run as fast from Eastern Washington, but he's a nice possession receiver at the next level. Juju Smith-Schuster from USC did a nice job. It's a really strong group. I think we have those two guys at the very top, maybe a little bit of a gap there, and then we got a whole lot of good, solid football players. Is
there a position group that benefits the most from this combine atmosphere, the workouts here?
I think the tight end group really benefited. I mean, it's such a deep group, and to watch those guys compete against each other was really cool. And you saw, you know, one fast 40 time, then you saw another one right after it, and guys just kept rolling. And then they get to the field workout, they did a really nice job. So I said on the air, this is the best tight end group since I've been doing this in 2003 in terms of depth and athleticism and just pure talent. So it was fun to see those guys step up today.
Is there anyone you've seen separate themselves from the pack a little bit this week?
Well, I mean, in terms of separating yourself from the pack, you know, I don't know. I think we've got some clumps still there. You know, I think once we get to the defensive side of the ball, we'll get a chance to see maybe some of that separation will take place. Leonard Fournette, to me, is the best running back in the draft, but you could probably go ask 5 different people. You might get a couple different answers. So I felt that way coming in, and I leave this way as well.
All right, you're Jon Robinson. You're looking at a first round where you have the 5th pick and the 18th pick. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to trade one of them. And when I saw J-Rob this week, I said, you do not have a second-round pick right now. I'm willing to bet by the time the draft gets here, you do have a second-round pick because he likes to move around. I think you'll see him probably slide back with one of those picks. But, again, I look for a playmaker. If you were to slide back maybe from 5, you get one of those 2 wide receivers that I just mentioned, and then you're picking there at 18. Why not go get a corner? And you could look at, like, the University of Florida. You got Tease Tabor, Quincy Wilson, 2 big athletic corners I think will probably be there around that 18th pick. Either one of them would be great.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun for me. I think we should do that.
That works, right? We're done. J-Rob, take the day off.